Hello everyone. Well, it's time to do another unboxing, and this is a product that I have wanted for a long time. It is a vacuum cleaner, no surprise there. But this is kind of an oddball one. It's called a Workhorse, and this is a bagless vacuum cleaner that's made by, it's made by a company called WMJ Refurbish now. But what makes this interesting is this is actually a brand new version of a vacuum cleaner that's almost 30 years old. Or about 30 years old. This is a new version of what was called an Amway. They were called the Amway Trak, and this was one of the very first bagless dual cyclonic vacuum cleaners. So a little backstory to this vacuum. Amway originally worked with Dyson in the 1980s to produce a bagless cyclonic vacuum in America, but Amway backed out of the deal. And Dyson, who had patents on their cyclonic technology at that time, and you can see there's a dual cyclone in there. It's just one. You know, the new Dysons have 15 to 35 cyclones now. But anyways, what Amway did, which was kind of shady, they went ahead and made the vacuum anyways, and didn't plan to pay James Dyson any royalties. Well, James Dyson ended up suing Amway over stealing his product idea, and he won a lawsuit against them, and that helped him fund producing the first Dyson vacuum cleaners. Anyways, I guess I don't know why or how, but Amway was still able to sell the product over the years. Eventually, they sold, I believe, the injection molds to this company, WMJ Refurbish, and now it's being sold under the Workhorse name. So, as you can see here, take a look at the box. That's the company. It's made in Michigan. That's kind of cool. Workhorse Cyclonic Bagless Upright Vacuum. There's the vacuum there. I mean, you can see how 1980s that looks. Apparently it's got an easy to carry handle. It's on the back of it. Many accessories available, and easy to remove canister. So we'll be putting all that to the test. And it also says durable home cleaning. They really marketed it as a very reliable machine. Now, I've owned one of these before, and unfortunately the one that I bought was at the very end of its life, and I ended up throwing it away because the motor died. And but I was fascinated by it. And I've always wanted another one, and they're not common. So I just went ahead and bit the bullet. These were on sale on their website for $3.29. Not cheap, but I wanted it, so I bought it. Okay, on the top of the box, there's a little note about the vacuum, then I'll tear it open. The Workhorse unit IA is a complete carpet maintenance system and general cleaning tool. Not only will it do an excellent job on household cleaning tasks, it is designed to deliver full power from start to finish of your cleaning while minimizing the significant power loss that can occur with other units. I might call that a run-on sentence, but whatever. Conventional vacuum cleaners often deliver their full power only when the dust bag is empty. As the bag fills, the vacuum level may drop off. The exclusive multi-stage filter system of the Workhorse unit has been developed to avoid such power drop-off. The system is designed to deliver maximum power at all times, even when the dirt bin is full. And yeah, and I think that's accurate. So it's a dual cyclonic vacuum cleaner, so this would fall under what Dyson would market as a no loss of suction vacuum, where as you can fill the bin over and over, and you don't have to clean the filter that often. Now, this is one of the very first cyclonic setups, so the filter, I am expecting it to be higher maintenance than, for instance, a new Dyson, where it just takes the filters forever to get dirty. That system has come a long way. But anyways, we've got nothing else too exciting on the box here. The back of the box is the same, and so I'm going to go ahead and open it up. All right, let's take a look. So along with the vacuum cleaner, I actually went all out and I ordered the full tool kit and what's called a maintenance kit from WMJ. And that includes, I believe, 3 extra belts and extra filters. Now, I only got one box, so I'm hoping that they threw that in there with it, because that stuff is normally not included. And actually, so the vacuum, I got it on sale for $3.29, and then they gave me a discount on the tool kit and the maintenance kit for just buying it all together. So, again, I don't think this is the best bagless vacuum cleaner ever made, but I think I'm going to like it and have fun with it. So let's see what we can do here. Walk past again. Whoa, okay. Well, no, it looks like they threw everything in there. Nice. Make sure that that's still okay. Terrific. All right. So here we go. Let's see. I've got my invoice. This is the parts reference sheet. And again, I wish this company was around when the motor died on my other one, because at that point parts were really scarce. But now they sell everything again. And that even looks like an old version of this blown out diagram here, because the tools you get are slightly different than they are with this unit. Oh, the owner's manual. That looks cool. Let's see here. Oh, nice picture of it. Looks like it all set up there. This was also a really early upright to have the hose on board. You can see that. And what you did, you know, Dyson had a patent on the switchover valve. I guess they still do because no one else uses it, even though it's awesome. You just turned a lever, and that's fine. A lot of vacuums still do that. Not a big deal. You've got instructions on how to replace the belt and how to empty the unit. Looks like 7D. I don't know why they have it at that angle. When using the Workhorse in accessory cleaning mode, oh, it's a warning saying that you don't use the tools with the machine reclined, and that's because the wheels raise the nozzle of the machine above the carpet. That way, it doesn't tear into your carpeting while you're using the tools. So you have to have the vacuum cleaner upright. A lot of vacuums now, the brush roll shuts off, but this is a single motor machine with just a regular stretch belt, so I'm going old school. Another diagram, looks like clearing obstructions. They show you how. I think all of that's really easy on this, but there's a few different panels you can access. And troubleshooting guide. Cool. So here's the extra hose. You get an extra hose with it, just a cheap blow-molded plastic hose, but between this and the hose that's on it, you could leave the sweeper in the middle of the room and clean all around. Or I always love that feature with uprights when you get really versatile attachments with them. Here's the extra filters. These are just filter pads, and then there's the washable sponge filter. So that's cool. My extra belts. Never hurts to have too many of those. And I'm going to apologize right now if any of what I've already shown you has been out of shot. In fact, a lot of it might have been, so sorry, we'll see. This is an odd upholstery tool, that's for sure. Really weird, and I don't know, it's long. And then you've got additional brushes that you can add to it. But, hey, nifty. I'm sure that would work really well for pet hair on furniture. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see, in this bag here, we've got, if you can guess, two wands, two plastic wands, and they look new. They had a little bit of dust on them. I was a little concerned there for a second. Let's see here. A crevice tool. It may actually come with this stock. I'm not 100% sure, but very handy to have one of those, obviously. This is an angle piece for the hose, so when you're using the bare floor brush, you can set this up with the wands and get something more like a canister as opposed to an upright. Here's a dusting brush. Okay, got an interruption because my camera memory filled up fast on my old phone. So, here is the dusting brush. Pretty standard. It was actually wrapped in plastic. It is nice and soft, so you could use it to dust anything that you would like. Very nice. Always good to have. I would say a good dusting brush and crevice tool are probably my favorites to use with a vacuum. So let's see here. I think I'm missing one more part. Here's the handle for it. It feels durable. It feels chunky. I mean, this feels like a Kirby handle or something. Really thick, heavy plastic. Let's see here. Now, I might be short a tool, I don't know. It might be underneath the vacuum. Well, in that case, it's time to pull out the Amway. I wonder, people have snapped these, and these clips have snapped in the past, so I'll be careful with that. But to lift this out, I'm going to need to do something here. Okay, let's see if it'll make... Ooh. Oh, okay, there's more stuff. And, oh boy. Okay, it's not a light one. Okay, it's made in America, so I'll give them, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'll be honest, this has smudges on it, It has smudges on the bit, scratches on the bin. That's disappointing, Workhorse. But okay, whatever. All right, let's see if there's anything else in the box. We'll get to the Amway in a second, or the Workhorse. Wow, it does feel rugged. So this is the filter cage that the filter goes in, the filters. And let's see if I can figure this out. Whoa! Whoops! Oh boy. All right, so this is the filter cage, and let's see if I can figure this out. I think it goes, oh, they show you. You put that in first, then you put in the filter guide, and I'm going to guess it goes like that with the pointy parts up for the sponge filter to kind of grip the sponge filter. And then there's this. Okay. Not an amazing fit. Let me flip this over and see if this makes a difference. If that feels more correct. Yeah, okay. I think that's how it goes. Let me change this one thing really fast. Okay, it's very sunny out, so. Okay. That's the filter setup, all complete there, and it just plugs into the back of the Amway, or the Workhorse. Now, I think we're gonna see if there's a tool. There might be one more attachment in here. Oh, there is. Okay, good. I'm like, I'm gonna call them if they didn't give me this. If I can pop this out, I'll pop these cardboard tabs here. Ah, there we go. And the last attachment doesn't match the machine, which is a little disappointing, but a generic but looks like nice bare floor brush. Let me open this up and see if it's quality. Let's see here. Got a metal bottom plate. I like that. These brushes are stiff. They're really stiff. So I'll try them on my bare floors. Maybe I wouldn't use this on like really fine hardwood floors, but this is a generic fitting, and you could adapt any bare floor brush to work with this. So that's not the end of the world. If these were like horsehair or softer, I'd be more inclined to use it on anything, but you could totally use it on cement or most tile or anything you're not worried about, anything that's not too delicate. You can see it has teeth cut into it to catch larger particles. So it might snowplow some stuff, and then on the back it has the teeth as well, little gaps. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna go ahead and put this together now, and it looks like all I have to do is attach the handle. The handle plugs in at the top here, like so. Okay, it just clicked in. There's a clear vent here. The air path is actually in there, the entrance and the exit for the dust. As it goes up and down both sides of the cleaner. There's two big ducts there. Let me go ahead and put the screw in. Just one. Okay, so just standard. You can use a Phillips or flathead. Get this started. Whoops. Let me line that up. I'm going to do it correctly, and I don't want to damage anything. Okay, so there we go. Well, all right, that's it. You got a cord hook up here, and you can catch that. The cord itself is a long 3-wire cord, and while I'm here, I'm going to have to put the filter tray in. Now this was attached to the machine out of the box, but it had fallen out while it had shipped. It was just underneath it. So I'm gonna get that lint or whatever. And I was worried initially about scratches. It does look brand new. I don't think they're just refurbishing them or anything. And it looks like that was just like mostly dust, and it'll clean up just fine. There was also, I had brutal sunlight in here earlier, and it was almost exaggerating things. This hose on the back actually feels like really good quality. It's like a really slinky type hose. It's very similar to a Sebo or Windsor vacuum. I always love the quality of those. And then you can just attach the extension hose, and now, yeah, I mean, you get like, I've got a good, 11, 12 feet of reach. So I love that. I really like uprights where you can do everything with them. You can do bare floors, you can clean a room top to bottom. So for me, that's definitely a winning feature. Let's go ahead and wind up the cord here. Again, a high quality, thick cord. I'm noticing things too, like the handle release pedal. The mechanism for that is metal, so hopefully that holds up. The wheels have a nice metal axle running along the bottom. So this is like definitely a blast from the past, but it looks like it will be quite rugged and hold up. Now hopefully the machine is fun to use, and I'll want to use it a lot. I plan to use this quite a bit. I don't plan to just use it once and set it aside. We'll see. Because it's fun I think it's fun with bagless vacuums. This is me as a vacuum enthusiast, to like take them over to friends' houses, try them out and see how much dirt they get. And this will be a really fun one to do that. Neat. See that clip? That's really, really tight the first time, so I'll take care of that later. But there you go. Wow, nice and shiny. As you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and take this off the tripod. We'll get a little closer. As you can see here, you've got the Workhorse logo, Workhorse Cyclonic. The vacuum also has this. They tested this by the Carpet and Rug Institute, and it's rated silver, and that's pretty good. So, yeah, that's great. Let's take a look at the brush roll. Flip this over carefully. Okay, this is different. The bottom plate's a different color than the... Oh. This is different. The bottom plate's a different color than the older models. And let's take a look at the brush roll. So, again, it just seems like thick, rugged plastics. Here's the brush roll. The brushes, they protrude a decent amount. Not a ton. And they're not... Excuse me, they're somewhere between soft and extremely stiff. From what I've seen demos of this that got me interested in this vacuum again, and it looks like it works really well. Again, nice wheels, good quality, huge wheels on the back. You've got a reset if the machine overheats. You got some stickers underneath, some labeling. This hose pulls right out if you have to unclog it. Changing the belt looks easy enough. You just remove those two screws to access it. And let's see what else we can take a look at before I turn it on. Okay, well, here's the Workhorse all assembled. I think it looks pretty cool. You've got I really think that's the old Amway logo on the top. And noticing too, there's a little nick, and that's not going anywhere. Maybe I can get the color out of that, but whatever. You got let me get this into focus. I'm gonna try my best, guys. There we go. Huge dirt bin, and you've got a height adjuster for different heights. I'll probably use it on the lowest setting to start out. We'll see how that works. And then they have it set for carpet out of the box. That's smart. But all you have to do, there's a tab here to switch to tools. Ooh, that's stiff. And thankfully you've got that as well. You just click it over, and then that diverts the suction to the hose, and then you can just you can do all your above the floor cleaning, or do bare floors, or clean out the car, whatever you want to do. Let me see if I can figure out how to remove the bin. I know on the back here you have to unlock it. So again, early bagless system, so it's a little wackier, and they're just figuring the stuff out. So and you just turn that to unlock it. Okay, I just heard the bin rattle. That disconnected it, and then I think, oh, the catch here at the top, it just barely catches that tab, and then it drops down, and you just pull it out. Okay, so again, huge dirt bin. I mean, modern Dysons eat your heart out. Like it looks like it holds a ton before you have to empty it. There's the Cyclone. As I said, this is a dual cyclonic vacuum. This is an early one, and it's missing a key feature that modern bagless vacuums use, and that's what's called a shroud. So let me see if I can remove this. If I remember this, just untwist. The fun thing about this is that everything just easily pulls apart. Yep, that just comes right down. So that's the Cyclone. Kind of a big, narrow one with not much of a taper there. And there's no shroud, and the dirt comes in at the very top, and you hope that everything just goes into the bin, but all the finer dust that doesn't drop to the bottom goes into 2 inlets, and then from there it goes through the cyclone. And as dirt is forced through the cyclone, the centrifugal forces drive the dust down through the bottom, through this big, like almost comically big exit, and into the center post. And I believe this is also, I'm not going to remove that right now. I think that's removable as well, but you can very easily then, when you dump it, you dump everything out, and you can rinse this out and keep it clean. Kind of weird for a bagless vacuum, I don't know if you can tell, but this tapers almost backwards from what you would expect. So it actually gets narrower at the bottom of the bin and it's wider at the top. And now you would think that would be counterintuitive because the whole point is to keep the dirt down. But if you have an angle like that, it's almost like it would encourage the dirt to kind of whip around upward. But I don't think that's a major issue or anything. So let me pop this back in. There's 2 tabs and a fat seal at the top. Let me see if I can do this without really looking. Okay, sorry guys, this is my great camera work. I know that's why you really watch these videos. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. It just twists in, and I think it just goes in one way. It looks like it's symmetrical, so you can just do whatever. And then this goes back up, and this is very difficult to do one-handed, blindly. What am I doing wrong here? Is this facing the right way? Oh boy, okay. This is gonna be... There we go. Oh, jeez Louise. And then that goes up. Oh, that's really, really tight for this first time. Okay, so... I think it's in. I'm gonna turn this around and hope the bin doesn't drop out. And then you have to lock it in the back. Yes, okay, so now it's locked back in. And I'm pretty sure that we're ready to go. That notch is actually just a guide, so I think just so that you line this up at the front. I thought this overlapped onto that, and I thought that those broke, but whatever. Yeah, so there it is. Another nice thing, big vinyl bumper going all the way around the front there. Again, like with modern vacuums, you don't really see that kind of stuff too often without going into the high-end market, surprisingly. So there it is. This is the Workhorse, and I'm going to go ahead and plug it in, and we're going to do a demo on carpeting and probably hard floors. Try out the bare floor brush. Okay, all right, one moment. Okay, all right, in order to finally have some dirt that would actually show up on my boring tan carpeting, I sacrificed a bunch of coffee, and I love coffee, so this was hard to do, but you know what, I want to be able to show this off in all of its glory for its maiden voyage. So we've got our Workhorse. I'm going to start it on the lowest height setting, and I'll change it if needed. I turned the dial back to floors, so let's go ahead and turn it on. There's a foot switch at the bottom. There we go. Alright, so I just did a pass through it. Looks like it got most of it. There might actually still, looks like there's still some coffee there, to be honest. And it's not like I ground this into the carpeting. I'm going to raise it up one notch and continue. Maybe it just needs a little bit of, maybe it needs a little bit of venting. Oh boy. Alright, sorry guys. Okay, let's continue. Now I'm just going to vacuum everything up. It looked like it did okay. And you can see all that coffee in there. Surprisingly, it's a lot lighter in the hands than I was expecting, so that's welcome. I was expecting it to be extremely heavy in the hands and laborious to use, and it's not at all. It's easy to push. It's rooming very nicely. Get an action shot here. You can kind of see it swirling in there a little bit. Fun. Back over and see if we get anything else from this side. So I'm racing my phone's memory, so while I would vacuum slower normally, it's still getting coffee on the sideless pass. I can hear it picking it up still. Whatever. But it looks like it's doing a great job, so that's fine. Do a little bit of regular vacuuming. Yeah, it's not too wide, so although I like my swivels on my newer vacuums, it's easy to get into stuff. Not going too far underneath that couch. I'm going to vacuum that up. Cool. Okay, well, first run, not too shabby. Let's see how easy this is to empty. What I'm going to do now is dump this all over my bare floors and clean it up again. Okay, so let's see if I'm getting better at this. Oh, okay, it just drops down. It's not rocket science. Well, there you go. Look at all that coffee that it cleaned up that I just threw down for the sake of this, because otherwise it wouldn't have been very impressive. And now, time to make a huge mess in here. All right, one second. Okay, the Amway is now set up with the full toolkit, with the hose. It looks so mismatched and silly with the black and the blue and the gray, but whatever. Now, I will admit though, huge fail on the part of Workhorse. This piece, which was supposed to go right here, I'm assuming, to give you a nice canister style grip, it doesn't fit onto the hose. It falls right off. Now, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's supposed to connect to the bottom, but that strikes me as like something for like a canister from like or like a backpack vacuum or something. I don't think that's the point. So I may call them about this and complain. But I'm either missing something or that is a fail, and they should remedy that. But we're ready to go in canister mode, and I made a huge mess again in my kitchen, and let's see how it does. Okay, yeah, at least the good thing though is with all the hose and the stretchy, slinky hose that's on the machine, you got a lot of reach. So let's try it out. Go ahead and power this on. Oh, and change it over. Duh. A little bit of snow plowing, but it's finding its way in there. I mean, coffee's really fine, so I'm not too worried about it not grabbing it all. If I lift the nozzle up. Great. Okay. Very nice. Right over here. Made a huge mess. See how it goes in the backstroke. Since it has the teeth in the front and the back, that vents out a lot of suction, but you know, it's picking it all up pretty much. So let's keep going. And again, you could use any bare floor brush that you would like, but obviously this is working just fine. It's going right there. There's actual dirt under there, along with the coffee. In my carpet, it did pull out some dirt too, so it seemed to work well. See a little bit of snow flying, but not much. I'm going to make that back. This is how it normally clean. Mine with the vacuums. At this point, again, plenty of reach with the Amway. I'm pulling on the stretch hose now, but I'm, you know, 10, 11 feet away. I love that. No issues there. Picking that one right up. Let's see if I can get everything around the table. That's got the swivel action with this one. Whoa! And even honestly, this hose and the wand, the fit is terrible. It's coming off. To like kind of really force it on there. Whatever. But right up against the baseboard. I got something bigger. Zip around a little bit more. See if I miss anything or any obvious dirt. Oh, yeah. Okay, well there we go. Very quick work of that. Going back to the Workhorse. All loaded up with coffee. You can see it swirling around in there a little bit. Let me disconnect this. The hose suction's, it's good. It's not amazing. It's probably like, oh, I don't know. It's adequate, but it's not mind-blowing. Okay. There we go. It looks like it's some of the dust lint is kind of stuck there at the top. Okay, cool. All right, let me put this back together. So there you have it, the Workhorse vacuum, made in America, made in Michigan. First impressions are extremely favorable. It did a great job on carpeting and bare floors, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it. It's not too heavy in the hands. I'm surprised because it's not a lightweight machine. We're probably pushing 20 pounds. I like the hose that's on board. Let's take a look at the filter. Now, coffee, I think is going to get separated by the Cyclone just fine, and I haven't used it for much real cleaning yet, but it's spotless. There's no coffee on it. So at least none of that made its way through the Cyclone. I'm not worried about that being a major issue, but I'm going to continue to use this and see what I think of it down the road. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But yeah, so far, you know, I owned one of these before, and I really liked it. It's just an oddball machine that I just think is cool that it is still in production, because I do think these were introduced in '88 or '89, and so it's amazing that one of it's still being produced. It's not too noisy, easy to push. It did a good job, and I like all the options. So it gets a big thumbs up for me. All right, great. Well, yeah, again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And thank you for watching, and have a great day.